Welcome to the Afternoon Pint. I'm Mike Tobin.
I'm Matt Conrad.
I'm Rob Truscott.
And today we're at Great Roads Brewing, and we're going to be making our very first attempt at our own beer.
Yeah,
in collaboration with all three of us and our first guest, Marc Wilson.
Yeah, so our very first guest, Marc Wilson on the podcast of Tartan Brewing Company, has donated the coffee that we're going to make a coffee brown. And so it's going to be the Afternoon Pint Tartan Coffee Brown. Great Roads is helping us make this thing. We also got something really cool planned coming up next month. So, yeah, keep posted.
All right, let's go.
All right, so we got this thing filled with water. So what are we doing now?
Well, now we've got it with water. We've added our basically water additions, which is salts and things like that, to try to get the water profile the way we want it. Next thing we're going to do is mill the grains that I've already measured out, and they're in the bucket behind you. So we'll go in the mill room, make a whole bunch of noise.
All right.
Ready?
And see under where it says closed? Pull that out and lever it down.
Huh?
I'll show you.
Was this lever down?
Yep, pull it out.
Grains.
That's just it. He'll pour in slowly. You stir to mix it up.
All right.
That's all we need to do.
All right. The water's moving, baby. Oh, I feel like a brewmaster. What is it?
I don't. Brew guy.
Brew student?
Lackey.
Brew lackey? Smells hoppy.
No, it doesn't.
No?
It smells grainy.
Smells grainy?
We haven't put hops in yet.
Oh, okay. Smells grainy. Holy smokes. Is that heavy, Matt?
That's not so bad.
You're doing a good job, buddy.
I only started at about 50 pounds, so.
This must be great for your lungs.
This is going to keep your lungs regular.
Yeah. Look at that. Looks like oatmeal.
Yep.
It is oatmeal.
Yep, exactly, oatmeal. Some of the grains we use do include flaked oats, just like you would put in oatmeal.
Oh, cool.
Like our 7-day IPA, when I do the big batch, it looks just like oatmeal in the big mash.
Cool. It mixes together pretty well, pretty quickly, eh?
Yep.
Yeah.
That's the trick of a nice steady pour and basically mixing as you go. So you want to stop for a second?
Yep.
So now what we're trying to do is we're trying to set the temperature. Part of doing the mash is you're using the hot water to pull the starches and sugars out of the grain. Right now I'm at 152.1 and slowly climbing. My goal is about 153.5 to 154 is my target. So I might add a little bit of hot water to this.
Perfect. And how long is it going to sit like that?
For an hour. Perfect. So I'm just going to add a bit of hot water.
I'll keep stirring it?
Nope.
Okay.
You're good.
So that's a big-ass hose of hot water?
Yep.
Okay, fun.
Yeah.
I'm just making sure I get the hottest water through first before I put any in there. That way I'm not putting cold water in.
Right.
Give a stir. Give a stir.
That hot water in there, Toby.
Afraid it's going to spill. All right.
Just like a beer already, Toby.
Yeah, I'll have a sip of this now.
All right, so this thing's up to temperature. So how long are we going to wait?
We're going to let it soak for an hour.
Okay.
Then what we're going to do is we're going to transfer over to the boil kettle. So right now it's literally just all that hot water is just soaking into the grain that we just milled.
Okay.
And that's why we mill it down. So it's just, it's fragments rather than just whole grains.
All right.
And so literally you can as you said, you called it oatmeal before.
Yeah.
You can actually stick your finger in and give it a taste if you want.
Yeah, I'm good. All right. How long will it sit in the boil kettle?
It'll boil for an hour.
Boil for another hour.
Yep.
So hour. Okay.
Yeah, and that we add the hops because hops do more of the aroma and flavor. We add those in there.
Okay,
Cool.
Perfect. So we do that, and then you put it through the chiller.
Yeah, we'll put it through the chiller.
Yeah.
Before putting it onto our 1-barrel primary fermenter.
And then it sits there for
Then it sits there for
whatever.
Probably about 10 days by the time I'm done.
Cool. Awesome.
And then I'll move it over. Yeah.
All right, so that's the quick process, but we're going to keep going through this stuff. So yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect. All right, Rob. So now we have hops. So why don't you tell us a little bit about those?
Well, the hops what provides your flavor and aroma, but also it provides your bitterness aspect. So the main hops we're going to use today for bittering, we're going to use Warrior. We put that in very early in the boiling process, and we use a very small amount for this batch. I'm actually only going to be using 2 ounces for this one.
Oh, there you go.
Want one too? Oh, there's got to be a blooper reel for this one.
Yep. That's awesome. So don't eat this one, but we have a second hop here. So why don't you tell us what the second hop we're using?
So the second hop is Willamette, and it goes in about 15 minutes, according to our recipe, left in the boil cycle. That's going to provide a lot of aromatics. I'll let you smell them in a minute, but we're only doing 6.2 ounces of this one. Don't eat it.
Oh yeah, smells like cannabis in the morning.
Looks like hamster food, but does not taste like hamster food.
Well, these are
You know what hamster food tastes like.
Not that I would know.
Yeah.
These are what they call T90 pellets. If they take the hop material in Yakima, Washington, and they'll basically dry it up and then compress it into these pelletized things, rather than just using leaf hops.
Yeah.
Hops look like a little bit like a mini artichoke with that sort of leafy, but we get them as T90 pellets.
Cool.
So what we're doing right now is what we call setting the grain bed. Is after it's been soaking, I have the screen you saw at the bottom, so I'm pulling the beer out of the bottom, recirculating it back up to the top. That is purely just to let the grain compact a little bit and set that layer so that all the liquids can go through, and I'm not passing a whole bunch of sediment onto the kettle itself.
Okay. Cool. And this is going to pass through this bin and go through that little machine?
Little pump and into here, yep.
Oh, cool.
Yep. Let the machines do the work.
Nice.
When in doubt, I'll get you guys to do the work.
Yeah. If it fails, though, you get a straw.
Okay.
So yeah, so you're just going to take this one, disconnect it from here, and connect it there.
All right, sounds good.
Yeah, don't make a mess on your shoes. Yeah.
Flip the switch?
Yep. Nope. You got to lift up, and then it locks, and then you'll see it start to sputter.
Oh, she's starting to squirt.
Yep.
There we go.
So we'll fill this up, then boil it. As soon as it's above the heating elements, I'll turn them on.
Cool.
So what we're doing now, I've got the heating elements on, so we're going to bring this up to a boil as it continues to fill. The boil is basically your sanitization, pasteurization process. That's going to be what takes out a lot of impurities, boils them off, that kind of thing. We boil it for an hour. That's also, during the boils, when we'll add the various hops. So if you want to add the bittering hops now, you can go ahead.
There we go.
And what that'll now do is they're going to expand in there. And then after the hour boil, I'll actually whirlpool it so that it actually all settles in the center to help get less sediment out into the primary fermenter.
Cool. Perfect. Awesome.
Beer for breakfast.
Okay, just one of the best things about the brewmaking process is that Great Roads, they do brunch.
Yeah. They also do beer for breakfast.
And beer.
So right now the transfer is complete. I'm just draining off the rest before we empty the mash. But as you can see, so now both heating elements going, and we're up over 200 degrees.
Ooh, yeah.
On our way to a boil of around 212.
Okay.
And then we'll let it boil for an hour. Some beers are more than an hour, like the Pilsners and Lagers will boil for an hour and a half. Then we'll whirlpool it, but we have to remember to add the hops with 15 minutes left in the boil for the Willamette hops for the aroma and flavor.
Cool.
Perfect.
That's not the one you tried to eat. Yeah, Willamette would have tasted better.
Okay, we're at the spot now where Matt's adding the coffee beans.
right in.
There we go. Shoveling some grains.
So this is the stuff that's left.
Yeah.
It looks delicious.
This is Mike's breakfast.
Oh, gross.
Oatmeal.
All right, there you go.
Here you go. Give it a shot.
And a lot of people feed these to cows, eh?
Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
Yeah, they feed the
we
cows.
have a farmer from Chez Dubier Meats and lives just outside Marc, about a kilometer down from Moulton's or so.
Yeah.
He comes and picks it up and feeds it to his cows, and we buy the burger for our burgers.
Oh, there you go.
Muscle the rest of it. On this side, so I don't have any levers. No worries. All those metal pieces we can toss in here. It might be hot. Yeah, it's a little hot. Oops, shaking too much.
Well, thanks. This was awesome.
Yep, well, great. I'll see you in a couple days. Then we'll teach you about specific gravity.
All right.